What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hoser Garage.
Today we're going to take the engine out of this. First thing we got to do is we got to drain all the fluids out of the engine.
While Cam's down there draining the transmission fluid, I've just been undoing some AC lines. If you're doing this yourself, make sure you get your AC system drained of Freon before you start undoing lines, because it is bad for the environment. Our AC did not work. We just gave it a pressure test. We had no Freon in it. So obviously it leaked out at some point, or someone drained it before we got to it. So we didn't have the issue of it leaking out on us, spraying us in the face, hurting the environment. But just for your sake, you should probably make sure yours does not as well. So I popped off the rad hoses, both upper and lower. Now the rad just comes right out. And since I disconnected all the HVAC lines while Cam was fooling around, it should just come right out.
Okay, we've been busy just removing anything that's going to get in the way of us removing the engine. So we've got the whole fuse box out here, along with all the engine harnesses, all the coolant, the heater lines, transmission lines. The exhaust manifold's been taken off. Power steering's been taken off. Vacuum lines. Everything. So now all we have to do is we just have to drop the axles out and start undoing the mounts, and this motor can be out of here. We're back. As you can see, there's a little something different on my forehead here. If you were paying attention on the Instagram, you'll know that we had to kind of emergency stop recording last week because I got done something to my face. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, huh? What we were doing is I was trying to loosen the axle nuts here before we started recording to take the axles out, and this kind of thing happens when you don't use the right socket. So we got one that was kind of big enough. But you can see it's pretty loose, but we were like, oh no, that'll work. And what happened was I was putting all my weight into it, and then it slipped, and my forehead went right into there and split it right open. An ER visit and 6 stitches later, and here I am. I'm gonna have a mean scar on my forehead now. Maybe I'm gonna have to change up the story behind it, but we'll see what happens. I'm just waiting for Aubrey to get here. He's running a little late, had some breakfast. But we're gonna hopefully get the engine out today. We were supposed to have the engine out last week, but stuff happens. This is how we should have done it in the first place.
Go.
Okay, so we got the axles out now. Last but not least, we just got to support the engine up, and then it's removing all the mounts. So we've already removed the bolt out of the back mount here, and then we just got these two bolts here for this lower mount, another bolt here for this passenger side mount, and then the same thing on the driver's side. And we might have to torsion test some things, but this engine should be out pretty quick here. Okay guys, that about does it for this episode. As you can see, we removed the engine. Everything's out. We even took out the exhaust, detached the steering linkage, because next episode we're dropping the cross member, and we're just going to start cleaning up the engine bay, and we'll catch you back next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, hosers.